Hello everyone and welcome to the podcast Travel EmOcean. Everything about traveling, diving and emotions around the ocean. How these topics work together, you will find out. Hello everyone, I am Jenny and I welcome you to the very first podcast episode of Travel EmOcean. Most holidays start with planning, and I hope to give you some more tips for your adventure. So thanks very much for joining me. First of all, a huge thank you to all of you who encouraged me to do this podcast. And of course, to all of you who are now listening to it. So thanks a lot, it's really great. Thanks. I do hope with the podcast Travel EmOcean I can give you some tips and ideas about traveling and diving in the ocean. I have so many things I want to talk about, so I really can't wait to start finally. My plan for the podcast is to get you always the right person, the expert for the topic we're talking about. That means you will have episodes with only me, and you will have episodes where I'm talking with the expert in a kind of interview. Time-wise, it should be maximum 15 minutes and one episode every other week. So let's see how this is working out. And I hope that this podcast will grow with you. So whenever you have a question or a topic you want me or us to talk about, just write me. You can reach me on Facebook or Instagram at Galapagos Shark Diving, on our webpage galapagossharkdiving.com, or just write me an email, info@galapagossharkdiving.com. I'm really excited to see your ideas. I have to admit, I'm a bit nervous, and well, that's okay. Something new every time, right? So let's start. The first episode I would like to use to tell you a little bit more about me and where and when I learned so much about the topics I'm going to talk about in this podcast. My name is Jenny, and I'm originally from Germany and live at this very moment in Ecuador. I am a person that loves to travel and to dive and to be just at the ocean. And that might be the reason why I'm now working and doing what I do. I'm a dive tour operator who offers shark conservation dive trips to the Galapagos Islands, the Cocos Islands, and Indonesia. It not only means that I meet many great people, it also means that I get to dive in the most incredible places on Earth. Since a few years, I have the great opportunity to support and work for and with the Galapagos Whale Shark project. That's a research project working with the giant whale sharks and trying to solve the mystery around them. And I not always worked in this area. A few years ago, my life changed totally. And now I'm doing so many things I love and things I thought in earlier years would never be possible. And everything started with my love to travel. Traveling was always my passion. And still years ago, I worked in a bank and my job was fine. I could help people and support people to find their way. I had great colleagues and I liked it. And still I could feel something is missing. I have to say, I had a great boss who made it possible for me to travel. And so I started my 3 months sabbatical to Australia and New Zealand. At this time, I already have been 30. And I thought I'm probably way too old for backpacking. And there's no age limit, is there? I had such a great time. And on my way I met many incredible people. And most of them traveled for way longer, for a year or more. And when I came back, I already decided I want to travel more. Said and done. 2 years later, I started my 1-year sabbatical to South America. And believe me, my friends and family thought I'm absolutely crazy when I told them I travel alone as a woman in South America without speaking a word of Spanish. And God, it was the best time I ever had. I enjoyed it so much to travel alone, to get to know so many people, see new countries, cultures, and to experience this hospitality and friendliness of those people. It was just incredible. And the best thing, I got to know myself. And I tried to figure out what I really want. I also started reading more into topics like NLP and personal development, and I discovered quite a lot. From this day on, I went through life with eyes open. And it didn't take long, the first opportunity came up, and I got work on a ship working in the Arctic and Antarctica. Many new things to learn, and I did it. I became a great guide and a good Zodiac driver, and I really had so much fun. And the best thing on this job for me was I was working around 5 months, and the rest of the year I had time to travel and time to really concentrate on my dream, to offer dive trips with a focus on doing something good. Yeah, and that is what I did. Still in my sabbatical, I started working for the Galapagos Whale Shark project. That's a research team in the Galapagos Islands studying whale sharks. First, I started helping to create a web page and help with other things, and as a thank you, they gave me the possibility to join them on their field trip and to collect data and to learn everything I needed to learn. Now, I'm a team member and I really can support them on their field trips, and, well, what should I say, I still learn a lot, because we still do know nothing about the biggest shark ever. We don't know anything about whale sharks. We don't really know where they mate. We don't really know where they give birth. So there's so many topics, so much mystery, and it's a really exciting field to explore. There are many theories and hypotheses out there, and that's the reason why I would like to take a separate episode for just this topic. And when I was helping the research team and diving, a new idea was born. Why not offer dive tours to the Galapagos Islands, where 2 of our team would join and talk about everything we do know about whale sharks, and to show divers what they can do to support shark conservation. I wanted everyone to know what we know, what I learned, and I thought, and well, still think, that there are probably many divers out there that are like me. I don't have a scientific background or studied marine biology, and still, I think so many people would love to be part of shark conservation, would love to support. And I tried to create a way to do so. And that is what I'm doing now. 2 of our research team are always on board of our dive trips and talk about what we do know, how do we do know it, and what we discovered so far. And we show all of our divers how they can support shark conservation by, for example, taking photos or counting sharks. And we talk about all the other programs where you can support conservation of endangered animals like mantas, like whales or turtles. And I have to admit, I'm proud of what I'm doing. And the best thing for me is that due to the dive trips, we spend more time in the Galapagos Islands and so have more time to really support shark conservation and to actually know that what we are doing might help whale sharks in the future or might provide more protection in the future is a really, really great feeling. Maybe even the feeling I was looking for, doing something good and loving what I'm doing. And the positive feedback of our divers is just so motivating. I'm so grateful for the guests we had so far. And I would like to tell you this story. On our very first departure of Galapagos shark diving, we had one passenger who decided after our dive trip to get a tattoo with our logo, with the dates and the coordinates of Darwin, and honestly, I really had tears in my eyes. So thank you all, and thanks for the possibility to do what I love. I am happy with what I'm doing, and I learn every day new things, and believe me, I learned a lot the last years. And, well, I still keep learning every day, like, for example, now with a new adventure of a podcast, Travel EmOcean. And maybe I can tell you more about what I learned and can give you new ideas in the next episodes. That's for now. I hope you enjoyed the first episode of Travel EmOcean. Please take the minute and subscribe to the podcast or like it. It only can get better from here. Make sure you tell your friends and share the information on Facebook or Twitter and all your other social media sites. I really would appreciate your feedback and your support. Thank you. Next time, I will introduce to you Jonas Green, the director of the Galapagos Whale Shark project, underwater photographer, and author. So, thanks again for listening to the first episode of podcast Travel EmOcean. The music for the podcast is provided by Sebastian Green. You can reach him on Instagram at SebastianG01234. Thank you all for listening, and bye for now.